Well, where do I start? Do I start the one where my ex is dating the Megan? Was it the Megan Stallion? What's her name?
Meg the Stallion.
The shade that this white girl was throwing to the Megan the Stallion. She doesn't know who Megan the Stallion is, cannot pronounce Megan the Stallion's name. Come on, please. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, we want to talk about a podcast that has gotten a lot of people talking. So we all know the news just dropped that Megan Thee Stallion is dating a guy. I don't know, like honestly, I really don't know. His name is Tory something. And the news was online, on the news, everybody like, oh, this is Megan Thee Stallion's new boo and all that. And now Megan Thee Stallion's new boyfriend's ex-girlfriend and her friends decided to speak on it. And this has gotten the entire internet talking, because it's not the fact that they speak on the fact that her ex-boyfriend is not dating the Megan Thee Stallion, but the fact that the girl could not pronounce the Megan Thee Stallion's name and was acting like she doesn't even know who Megan Thee Stallion is, and kind of throwing shades there and there. I want you guys to see the video and then we'll talk more. Let me know if you think it was shade being thrown, and also people's reaction to it. And after a lot of people have called them out and responded to their original podcast, one of them came to explain why they did what they did and why it came across that way. And for me, I'm just like, I'm over it. So anyway, guys, first we're going to see the original podcast that's got everybody talking, people's response to it, and then one of the podcast girl coming to explain the video because people were not having it. Anyway, guys, let's go check it out and then we'll come back and talk more.
3 Girls, 1 Kitchen with your hosts, Lana,
Olivia.
Alexa. You want to go first?
Yeah. Well, where do I start? Do I start the one where my ex is dating the Megan? Was it the Megan Stallion? What's her name?
Meg the Stallion.
Meg the Stallion. Meg. Megan. I'm just gonna call her Megan.
Who's
Megan?
Who is Mag?
I don't know. I just get my vowels like always mixed up.
It's okay,
so.
she's from Russia.
Like, she's a foreigner.
So I saw this.
Yes.
Me and Eva, we were sitting in bed scrolling on TikTok, and we're scrolling. Meg the Stallion pops up with some guy, and Eva's like, "Isn't that Olivia's ex?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, his name's Tory, right?"
Yep.
Not Tory Lanez, a different Tory.
Yeah, not
But not Megan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't even get mad though, because it's like, damn, like that's kind of a flex, you know? Like
Yeah.
I can't even be mad at that at all, because like
Welcome back. I just wonder what his type is, because you guys dated, then he was talking to other girls when he was talking to you, and like they all look
very
like
similar. Like
you
we
guys.
all looked, yeah.
So I'm just curious what his type is.
What I've learned in my 29 years, men don't have a type. They like whatever they like. It could be a wide range. Like, I truthfully don't know a man that is specifically like on point with one exact type, to be fair.
Honestly, anything goes for some.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have an exact type, you know?
Mine's definitely not physical. It's a mental type.
Yeah, it's like your aura kind of vibe.
I feel like the last few guys that I've like gone on dates with have definitely, like, when they ask me like what is my type, and then I ask them, they always say, oh, just pretty girls. Like, I just like pretty girls.
That's what they say?
Yeah. I'm not even kidding. I've literally gone on 3 dates, and all 3 of those men all said the same thing. They said, I just like a pretty girl.
I mean, at least they're being honest.
Yeah, shallow but honest.
Yeah.
I just want
New Tory Lanez. They don't know who Meg is, but they know who Tory Lanez is.
How is that possible?
When they said his name. But yeah, I don't know Meg. Okay.
So you got on that podcast, Mike, and pretended like you didn't know who Megan, the guy Stallion, was. And then in your apology video, you want us to believe that you only did all that because you wanted to protect her, because you hadn't seen him date any women with as much as her. You could see how that don't make sense to us, right? You could see why we're not buying what you're selling, right? So which one is it? Did you know who she was, or did you not know who she was? Which one is quickly? And this is all while y'all trying to convince us that your friend is so bilingual that she can't pronounce Megan. Meanwhile, the internet found clips of her making content with Megan Thee Stallion's music in the background.
Really?
So which, did y'all know who she was or did you not? We all know the answer. We just waiting to see if you're going to tell the truth or not. You got 24 hours.
If I found out one of my exes was dating Megan Thee Stallion, I too would crash out because that's the appropriate response to that information. What I would not do, however, is text my friends to come over and while they're on their way, take my podcast microphones out from wherever I store them, set them on my kitchen island, put one of my friends in front of each microphone, proceed to record an entire podcast episode where I not only pretend that I don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is, I also make several bigoted and awful jokes and comments about Megan Thee Stallion, press stop, unplug all the equipment, get the memory card, upload it to my computer, put that footage in my editing software, edit for hours this entire episode, take the finished product, upload it to YouTube, put a title, write a description, link all of my socials, publish it for everybody to see, and then be shocked that the feedback isn't what I thought it was going to be. Do you see how many steps were taken where you could have asked yourself, is posting this a good idea?
Why did them white women get on that podcast acting like they don't know how to pronounce Meg or Megan? Is it Megan? So you don't know the name of the woman that your ex is knocking down? If I was Tori Craig in the next video, I would be on my hands and knees while she lost her ass on my tongue. And then I would send that shit to you directly and be like, this is Megan Thee Stallion. This is where shit got wicked. What is Tori's type? Because, you know, the girl he cheated on you with looked like you. And, you know, his new girl don't look like you at all. Because she's black. And she's Megan Thee Stallion. And she's 6 foot. And can dance and can rap. And is Grammy nominated, Grammy winning. Listen. This is what you can do to get him back. All right? You listening? Go date a white man. Oh! That's all you gotta do. Go date Lori Markkinen.
While we're on the topic of intentional name mispronunciation, I do think a lot of the time it is a racist or xenophobic microaggression, but sometimes it's a positionality check and a power play. I'm better than you. And I've come to feel this way because when I leave the country and I tell people my name, they get it right. And I'm always surprised that they're getting it right on the first time. And at home, the people who respect me can get it right. So I really feel like the other people who keep getting it wrong, even after years of knowing me, really just don't respect me. My name is Shechina. It's not that hard. I will even anglicize it for people, and I'm perfectly fine with people calling me Shakina. But no one ever calls me either of those things. It's always Shakira, Shaniqua, Shaquandra, Shekinah, anything but my name. And what gets me the most is when American Jews mispronounce my name. Y'all say the name at least once a week. But for some reason, some of y'all intentionally don't get it right when you're talking. It's not just the Jewish community. It's literally everybody. Black people, white people, Asian people, Latino people, everybody. There are plenty of people in this country that seem to have no problem being able to say my name, but the people who tend to have the problem the most seem to want to put me in my place. And you can feign stupidity all you want, but I see you.
Anna Rose is so goofy. The way she asked the question, like she was so perplexed to why her friend's ex-boyfriend, who doesn't really sound like her ex, but whatever, her friend's ex-boyfriend is dating Megan Thee Stallion. She was like, what is his actual type, though? Because all the girls he dates are like, you know what you wanted to say. They're all, that's what you want to say. They all look like us. What's wrong with a man deciding that he wanted to go back to where he came from? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I think it's because y'all are so up your own asses about being the only and best standard, no matter where, what, who you're doing in life. I don't know. You guys have been gassed up so damn hard that you think, no, it could only be y'all. Y'all are the only exception. Y'all could be the wickedest witch the wickedest witch in the world, all of a sudden, that means he can't go wrong. Acting like you don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is crazy. Megan, you guys are hurt. Your homegirl's feelings are hurt.
True.
You're probably, you know what? It almost sounded like you, Lana, like you were more hurt for your homegirl because you thought you might had a chance with this guy.
Okay.
And you probably can because, I mean, guys are easy to, you know what you were doing. You know what you meant by saying, what's his actual type? You're just surprised it's not another one of y'all.
If you take a look at history, black women and white women have always had a very tumultuous relationship. And I think that relationship is very difficult for men, especially to understand, considering the fact that we're both women and we kind of share a semblance of oppression on the totem pole. But what people fail to realize is as black women, our adversaries and oppressors are men and white women simultaneously. As a result, black women are the only people who can recognize the microaggressions that are thrown in a woman's snarky way by white women, which is why we have the issue of the Megan Thee Stallion and that podcast. So the men and white women who are watching the podcast, they're not seeing the microaggressions that those 3 white women were throwing at Megan Thee Stallion. I don't care what you say. In order to set up a podcast mic and invite your 2 friends over to yap about how your ex-boyfriend decided to get with Megan Thee Stallion, you have to feel some type of way about that. True. For them to say his type does not look like Megan Thee Stallion and being visibly upset about that notion, they are ultimately saying that he stepped down and went with a black woman. It's almost as if they're saying, how dare he? He had me, the most desirable, most sought after woman in America, and he went with a black woman. Can you see how that can be insulting and microaggressive?
Yep.
Lana Rhodes being upset that Megan Thee Stallion is allegedly dating her ex and talking about it on that podcast, what is it, 3 Girls, 1 Kitchen or whatever, and intentionally mispronouncing Meg's name. Megan is such a common name. You're struggling with the Stallion. It's almost Shakespearean. What are you struggling with?
Exactly.
Didn't you ride horses? Don't you ride generally? Like, what are you talking about? Reverse cowgirl. Anyway, what I noticed about it is what I've noticed in a few white girls, not all white girls, so don't come and cry in the comments, that sometimes white women are genuinely shocked when black men are actually attracted to black women, because she kept going, I don't know what his type is. I don't know what his type is because he dated me. And, well, one of the other women on the podcast were saying, well, he dated you, and then at the same time he was messing with some other girls who looked like you, and now he's with her, so I don't know what his type is. We can hear what you're saying, and it's like, what, a black woman? And I know that there are genuinely, and some other black men have actually said to me, like, there are women, white women that they chat to, who would be like, wait, you're attracted to black women? Isn't that a travesty? Isn't that scary? No? I guess because of the way that beauty ideals are set up within, the Western world, and white women looking a particular way, being very, very slim, blonde, whatever the case may be, put as the epicenter of what beauty should be, when they are confronted with a different type of reality where a man that they were interested in or was, dating or whatever, chooses a woman that doesn't look like them, it really throws them, because it throws that myth up in the air. And I really think that going forward, that myth will be thrown up in the air even more, especially when we really sit down and talk about, in the modern day sense, who are you basing your aesthetic off of? The lip filler, the this, the that. Who are you basing that off of?
Black women.
So all along, you've also known that being placed at the epicenter of beauty ideology was always like incorrect or inaccurate or out of balance. And so you've always looked out to the liminal spaces, seeing what black women or non-white women are doing, and taking your beauty standards or taking your beauty ideas from there. I just find it really interesting, and I wanted to share that. Don't know if I made any sense, but to me, I did.
Lana Rose is so goofy. The way she asked the question, like she was so perplexed to why her friend's ex-boyfriend, who doesn't really sound like her ex, but whatever, her friend's ex-boyfriend is dating Megan Thee Stallion. She was like, what is his actual type, though? Because all the girls he dates are like, you know what you wanted to say. That's what you want to say. They all look like us.
Now, here's the actual clip of what was just mentioned. You guys dated, then he was talking to other girls when he was talking to you, and like they all look
very
like
similar. Like
you
we
guys.
all looked, yeah.
So I'm just curious what his type is.
What I've learned in my 29 years, men don't have a type.
As you can see, I never said all the girls looked like us. I gestured to my two co-hosts and said all of the girls looked like you guys. Now, why would I say that if I meant white women as a whole?
What do you mean?
I meant a very specific look. Like if you looked at all of these women that my friend was showing me that he was talking to at the time, you would think that they all were the same person. That's how similar they looked. It wasn't a difference in skin color. It was literally carbon copies of each other. So look at the difference between me and my co-hosts. They all have spray tans. They all are blonde with light colored eyes. The only thing that we physically have in common is light colored eyes. So the reason why I did not say like us was because I was talking about a very specific look that they had that I didn't. With that said, I had no idea at the time that Tori had a baby mama, had no idea what she looked like. I didn't know about her. Also, this podcast was filmed before New Year's, when later it came out that Tori allegedly had sent another female $100 asking for her to shoot milk out of her titties. With the information that I had at the time that the podcast was filmed, I was a little worried for Megan, and that's why I brought up the point, because she has a lot more money than a lot of these girls. She's super famous. He obviously could benefit a lot from this situation. And so for me, if I'm seeing that he's choosing to spend time with and hook up with a very specific type of girl, and it appears that that's his type, and then all of a sudden he has someone that benefits him more, and his type switches drastically, to me that's a red flag. And so I was just putting that out there so that she knew it, but I stand corrected that his baby mom does not look like my friends, and I don't think the girl that he asked to shoot milk out of his titties looked like them either. That was just my only information that I had about him at the time, and I don't think he's a great guy. This also had nothing to do with whether Megan is a beautiful woman or not. She obviously is. That's undeniable. I don't think I even need to speak on that. Lastly, it was misconstrued that Olivia was trying to throw shade at Meg because she was not able to properly say Meg but could say Megan. She grew up in a bilingual home. Her mother is from Ukraine, and if you watch the entire episode, this is brought up multiple times as she mispronounces her vowels. So it wasn't exclusively only with Megan's name during this episode. And one more thing, if I'm talking about a situation with a man and a woman, it's never anything negative towards the woman. I don't like the man. I don't like the man. That's why I don't have something nice to say about it, because I've heard negative things about this man, and I think if you treat one woman one way, you're going to treat all of them that way, even if you can pretend for a little while that you're a good guy, because they have more to offer you. But who knows? They could be madly in love with each other, and it's none of my business. I don't even want to make this video right now, but now I have to because people are upset.
Okay. Please let me know if you think that the podcast came from a place of hurt. If what you said, if you see anything wrong with what they said, if there was anything wrong with it, what do you think about the apology, or let's say apology explanation video? What do you think? Does the explanation make sense? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think. But please, as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. So here's my own thoughts about the entire situation. First off, this is why I like when we talk about women, we talk about how naturally women were raised to be very kitty catty with it. For me personally, the podcast came off very shady, very pained, and she was just trying to downplay it. And yes, I would say it has everything to do with race and all that, because not anybody, like a lot of people want to be very oblivious to it and say, oh, I don't see color, I love everybody. But the truth, and I've said it repeatedly here, the truth is that there's an hierarchy to it, and whether I like it or not, there's something society consider as beautiful and black women are not, even though most those things they classify as beautiful as some of the features that the black women naturally have that white women take and do through plastic surgeries, injections, fillers, and all that, and then they make it the standard of beauty. But whether I would like it or not, whether a white woman is thick, thin, other way, they will always be considered the standard of beauty, while black women will always be considered as, oh, not too attractive. And this is something we've seen generally in society, in the world, and even in the black community. So it's a sense of, and I can understand why she will be pained that how can me, the hot, the standard of beauty, blonde hair, blue eyes, and all that skinny, how can I be the standard of beauty and a man would cheat on me? And when to cheat on me and the next person is dating is somebody totally opposite of me. I can see why that is very painful by her, like how that pained her. Like I can see it came from, for me personally, it came from a place of hurt. But this is where like ladies are like, you guys need to hold your boot by the strap and just pull yourself up and hold yourself. You guys stop giving so much and stop hating on another woman because of a man. Stop hate. The woman did not do you anything. Stop hating or throwing shade at the other woman, because everything that was talked about, nothing bad was talked about the guy, but you could not even pronounce Mega Thee Stallion's name, but you could pronounce Tory Lane's name. How can you do that when you can pronounce Tory Lane's, but you can pronounce Mega Thee Stallion? So please, can we just stop that kitty catty, stop talking down to a woman or hating on a woman because she's dating your ex and all that. She didn't do anything to you, remind you of. The relationship is over. She's dating him. All went to her. Why are you even speaking on it in the first place in your podcast? Like, it doesn't make sense. You're just giving pain. Like, I'm supposed to be pretty. How come you're with a black woman? He's a black man. His mother looks like Mega Thee Stallion. His sisters look like Mega Thee Stallion. His cousins, they look like Mega Thee Stallion. So, even though, yes, it's very apparent that a lot of black people, a lot of the colorism and racism that goes in the black community where light-skinned white women are considered as beautiful. There's still some men that still sees black women as beautiful. And it is what it is. But I can understand why a lot of white girls or mixed girls and all that, they have this very entitled feeling like I am more beautiful than this person because of I'm not a black woman. I'm not black. I can see that. Or a dark-skinned black woman. I can see that. Okay? Society has given you people that privilege. Hold it. And the explanation doesn't for me personally doesn't make sense. Why, like you wanting Mega Thee Stallion, what does it do? What does it do? Do you think Mega Thee Stallion have not asked him like, oh, who did you date and all that? What was your ex? And he said, oh, this is my ex, this is my ex. Do you think they've not had that conversation? So what makes you think that Mega Thee Stallion will see your podcast and will heed to your advice? Do you think that Mega Thee Stallion does not have friends? Like, I don't understand. And yes, I'm a very big advocate of women should start talking to each other, and so that they can clock on the men on time and all that and be able to compare notes. But this particular one was coming very shady and I don't like it, honestly. Anyway, guys, go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about this video down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see. And that will be you supporting this channel and this area. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.